Welcome to today's motivational story, From Setback to Success. David Carter's remarkable journey of perseverance. This is a story about facing unexpected challenges, staying focused on a dream, and never giving up. David's story shows us that failure is never final. It's just a part of the journey towards success. Whether you've faced obstacles or are going through tough times, this story will inspire you to push through, keep going, and achieve what you once thought was impossible. The beginning, a promising start. David Carter was always driven by ambition. Growing up in a middle-class neighborhood, he had a clear goal from a young age: to become a professional athlete. He was passionate about soccer and poured every ounce of his energy into training and improving his skills. From the moment he stepped onto the field, David showed talent, and by high school, he was one of the best players in his city. Scouts from major universities came to his games, and it wasn't long before David earned a full athletic scholarship to a prestigious university. It was the opportunity of a lifetime. David had his eyes set on playing professionally after college. For him, this was just the first step toward a brilliant career in soccer. Everything seemed to be going perfectly, until the unexpected happened. The setback, a life-altering injury. During his second year at the university, David suffered a devastating knee injury during an important game. In a split second, everything changed. The pain was intense, but even worse was the news from the doctors. David had torn multiple ligaments, and the recovery process would be long and uncertain. For someone whose entire identity and future were tied to his athletic ability, this was a crushing blow. Surgery was required, and even with the best medical care, there was no guarantee that David would ever play at the same level again. His scholarship was at risk, his dreams of going professional were fading, and for the first time, he felt lost. The recovery process was grueling. Months of physical therapy stretched into a year. While his teammates were playing games and advancing their careers, David was stuck on the sidelines, watching from a distance. Doubts crept into his mind. He questioned his worth, his purpose, and whether he should even continue pursuing soccer. But deep down, David knew he had a choice. He could either let the injury define him or find a way to rise above it. The turning point, a shift in mindset. During the lowest point of his recovery, David stumbled upon a quote that changed his outlook. "Success is not final, failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts." This resonated with him deeply. He realized that the injury didn't have to be the end of his story. It could be the beginning of a new chapter. With this new mindset, David approached his recovery with renewed focus. He pushed himself harder in physical therapy, committed to rebuilding his strength and stamina. But more than just his body, he worked on his mental toughness. He studied resilience, practiced mindfulness, and learned to shift his focus from what he couldn't control to what he could. David also recognized that his passion for soccer went beyond just playing the game. He began exploring other ways to stay connected to the sport he loved, including coaching, mentoring younger athletes, and learning more about the business side of professional sports. Rebuilding, a new path emerges. As time passed, David slowly regained his physical abilities. But instead of rushing back onto the field, he made a strategic decision to diversify his skills. He continued training, but also enrolled in courses on sports management and psychology. His injury had taught him that athletes face both physical and mental challenges, and he wanted to understand both. While his recovery took longer than expected, David eventually returned to the field. Although he wasn't the same player he had been before the injury, his game had evolved. He played smarter, using his knowledge of strategy and psychology to his advantage. And more importantly, he had developed resilience, the ability to adapt, recover, and keep moving forward despite setbacks. As his college career came to an end, David didn't receive a call from a professional team like he had once dreamed of. But instead of feeling defeated, he felt empowered. His journey had given him a new vision. David decided to combine his love of soccer with his new passion for helping others overcome adversity. The breakthrough, creating his own success. After graduating, David launched a series of soccer clinics focused on mental toughness and resilience. These clinics weren't just about improving technical skills on the field. They were about teaching young athletes how to handle pressure, bounce back from failures, and develop the mindset of a champion. David's personal story of overcoming his injury became the foundation of his program, and young athletes connected with his message of perseverance and grit. Word of his clinics spread quickly, and before long, David was running programs across the country. He became a sought-after speaker at schools and sports camps, sharing his story and motivating others to keep pushing toward their dreams, no matter the obstacles. Through his hard work and dedication, David built a successful career off the field, something he never could have imagined during his darkest moments. What began as a personal setback became the foundation for his life's work. He had transformed a devastating injury into an opportunity to inspire and uplift others. The lessons, what we can learn from David's story. David Carter's journey is a powerful reminder that success isn't a straight line. Life is full of twists and turns, and sometimes the greatest opportunities come disguised as setbacks. David's injury was an event that could have ended his dreams, but instead, it led him to a new path that was even more meaningful. His story teaches us that resilience is one of the most important qualities we can develop. Life will inevitably throw challenges our way, but it's how we respond to those challenges that defines our success. David didn't let his injury dictate his future. He used it as a chance to grow, to learn, and to redefine his goals. Finally, David's journey reminds us that our dreams may evolve over time, and that's okay. Sometimes, the dreams we start with aren't the ones we end up achieving. But if we stay committed to our passions, remain open to new opportunities, and keep pushing forward, we can create a life that's even more fulfilling than we imagined. Conclusion: your own path forward. If you're watching this and feeling like you've hit a roadblock in your own life, take a moment to reflect on David's story. Know that setbacks are a part of the journey, not the end of it. Whatever challenges you're facing, they don't have to define you. Instead, use them as stepping stones to something greater. Remember, success isn't just about achieving a single goal. It's about how you handle the ups and downs along the way. It's about your ability to persevere, adapt, and keep moving forward, no matter what life throws at you. So keep going. Keep fighting for your dreams. You have the strength to overcome any obstacle in your path, just like David did. Your story is still unfolding, and the best chapters are yet to be written. Thank you for watching, and let David Carter's remarkable journey remind you that setbacks are just setups for an even greater success.